Hello everyone, welcome back to Die Party Fiasco, Road Trip, Act number 2. So we've decided what the tilt table has affected. So what happened is somebody's life is changed forever in a bad way. That life happens to be Hamilton Ryback, aka me. What happened?
Batman.
AKA Batman, yeah. So what happens is, after my really bad head wound and the fact that the car's passenger side airbag did not deploy at all, well, it did, just not at the right time. Hamilton Ryback now has the same brain issues that Kraz has. You will now refer to Hamilton as Hammy. Well, Act 2 is a little different from Act 1. In Act 2, instead of giving away the die that you win or get, you keep.
Okay.
So, for example, if you want to have a good outcome to a scenario, you keep that die. If you want a bad outcome to a scenario, you keep the bad die. But the same rules apply for selecting a scene. This scene is taking place at the Sip and Gulp, where the locals buy their ice. Graham, it is your turn. We are now going anti-clockwise. Graham, take it away. What do you want to see?
We are... What I need to do is I need to enlighten Hammy about the Sasquatch country.
Okay.
And
So I guess, I mean, the moment I wake up, I'm just hearing the numbers. The longitude and latitude for Sasquatch country. Sasquatch country. And I guess it's your job, as my senpai, to teach me the ways of the numbers. I don't know. What do you want to come out of this conversation?
I need you to be on my side.
Okay, so, Brian, if
Yes.
you vote good die, then I am on Graham's side. And if you vote bad die, I will be the devil to his Christ. I will be his yin to his yang. Yeah.
Well, both of those options seem terrible for my character.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say...
Well, hang on. No.
Oh, no?
Wait. Let the acting decide.
Gotcha.
Graham, take it away.
Says, all right, Virgil.
It's
Not
Hammy.
Virgil anymore.
It's Hammy. It's Hammy.
Yeah.
It's Hammy.
Yeah,
It's
it
Hammy. It's Hammy. It's Hammy.
So we can cut the. He says, He says, so the numbers.
Okay, so this is what happens. Basically, on the outside, we're just like, but in the inside, we're like, yes, the numbers.
Talking like completely calm.
Yeah, it's gibberish to everyone else, but to us, it's calm.
Okay. So the numbers, the Sasquatch country says it's hell. It's where the beloved is at.
The beloved, what is that?
Says it's where you were taking me,
Yes, but what is the beloved?
taken from me by Satan.
You mean our sister?
Aye.
I like scratched my head. I'm like, that makes no sense. I mean, last time I saw her, she wasn't at the
Shut up.
Sasquatch country. Oh, okay.
Says the Sasquatch devils taken her. That's where we need to go. I need you to be on my side against the ferryman. His hideous visage.
You see, I don't think that's a possibility because I've seen my sister and she is not.
I'll punch you in the
Sasquatch
face.
country. I take it. I fall back into like maybe a Batman costume
Yeah.
at the Sip and Gulp, and I look up and I grab the bat mask and I slam it on my face, and then I come running at you and I punch you as well.
Okay. Not before I use my spider web powers.
Which is what, throwing confetti on me or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, what
So
is...
he just holds his hand out and nothing happens. It's like, I
Like-
got you.
You're like...
No, I do it like I'm doing the real motion, and you think that I'm really spraying you with webs, and you go, ah!
But in reality, it's like a cheese... Like
Yeah,
a
no,
whipped cream thing or something?
it's nothing. It's nothing.
Oh, it's nothing? Okay. Yeah, alright, then I react that way. And I'm like,
Yeah.
curse you and your feeble mutant powers.
And then enter Brian.
And you can basically see, like, we're covered in, like, nacho cheese, and I'm wearing a Batman mask that's clearly made out of plastic. And we're, like, I'm, like, kicking him, and he's, like, slapping me, and, yeah. We're both dirty. And what happened?
So I sort of like I'm covered in dust and everything because I've been walking for miles, and the first thing I see when I come up to the Sip and Gulp is Spider-Man and someone wearing a Batman mask appear to be play fighting with one another.
Maybe like whatever the attendant's like, oh my god,
Yeah, he's like
stop ruining my store. He's like trying to.
He's sort of like
us two.
slowly starting to crouch down behind the counter. And so I run up to Hamilton, and I'm like, Hamilton, I think you're playing into his delusions way too much. No reason for you to be dressed up like Batman and make him fight you in this kind old gentleman's store.
Where's
I'm
Rachel?
I'm Batman.
Yeah. And I look back. You're like, I'm the hero this Sip and Gulp deserves.
Not the one it needs.
Yeah.
And then I kick just Kraz again.
All right, so I'm going to forcefully grab each of you sort of by the scruff of your necks and try to start dragging you out the front of the store and look over my shoulder at Shopbeat and be like, sorry about that. By the way, do you have any ice? And he like, it's right up by the front door. Take whatever you want. So
you see a line of locals.
I sort of like, yeah. The guy's like, hey, no cutting in line. We were here first. So I like sort of like grab you guys and throw you both into the Range Rover in the back seat. And then I reach in the front seat and turn the child locks on so that way you can't get out. And then I'm like, oh yeah, the ice. And I run over to the ice machine and grab a bag of ice and throw it in the front seat with me. And then people out. And I'm like, ice to meet you, and leave.
Nice to meet you, yeah. All right, great. Graham, you got a black die for that.
That's the way I like it.
That's where you like it, yeah. All right, so the next scene is my own, and it's a picnic table, vending machines to work. So I assume that we didn't get that far up, and I want this conversation to be between myself and Chesterfield.
Okay.
And I want the result to be that you can understand me through a brotherly mental capacity. I don't know. Like, you understand your brother above all else.
Okay.
But I'm not going to be speaking English to you.
Oh.
So, Graham, you get to decide whether or not he understands me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're at a you park up, and
we're at like a little rest stop
you
area.
drag specifically me out, and in the background we hear a as Kraz is like banging on the door, going like or something like that in the back seat.
His face just smushed up against the window.
Yeah. You rip the Batman mask off my face, and you sit me down. And you slide over a something from a vending machine, cold drink, something, I don't know.
Okay.
And you start questioning me. Go.
Say, what's been happening since I've been gone? The last thing that happened was Kraz's crazy ass stole the vehicle while you were passed out. Next thing I come to find, I go to a little convenience store and you guys are dressed up like superheroes, fake beating each other up and tearing the place apart. It makes no sense. I think this has gone on too far. I think we need to be honest with him.
All right, you ready for this shit? Here we go.
I don't know.
Acting skills coming out. Brethren, how dare you insult my activities among the mind of the man that we know as Kraz? He has left us. I have gone with him. We are searching for the brethren that he has lost up into the mountains where the devil lay.
I have this like blank stare on my face, and I sort of just like drop my chin down to my chest, shaking my head. And I look back up at him and say, "Brother, I think I might know what you mean. I think
Thou art not so intelligent that they cannot understand thy words."
I think what you're trying to say is that our journey must end in Sasquatch country.
Thou have not failed thy eye, for you are one of blood and cinder.
Exactly. And I sort of like, pat Hamilton on the shoulder. Just say, they're there. I know what you need. I know how to get us through this. Why don't you come back to the car with me? You and Kraz can sit in the back seat together.
Together we
plan our
ride this
next
muscular
move.
beast into the sunset, where the metal will shine onwards and forever.
Yes, it's very shiny. I say as I point at the car. It's very
I've even
shiny.
paid it off.
Yeah. It's fully insured. Come on. I sort of like guide Hamilton back into the Range Rover with the understanding that now I have two batshit insane people that I have to deal with, and that if I, going by past experience from this road trip, if I go against anything that either of them say, I will probably end up unconscious with my head smashed up against the side of a window.
Plus, you know that I have told you through my brotherly words, not through the ones in your ear, but the one through your heart, good man, that Kraz has ill intent to murder the sister in the name of the Lord.
Okay.
That is what I'm trying to tell you.
I got it.
Before
I
he wishes
understand.
to pass on to the other side. I don't know, Graham. Does that sound about right? Fuck it. That's what we got. Yeah. I like how this started off as just an ordinary, well, slightly less than ordinary travel. And now it's fucking weird. Fuck the tilt, man. The tilt is like... Alright, Brian. You're
Yep.
up, man.
Okay, so we are headed to an unmarked nuclear test site.
Oh, dang. Is that really where we're going? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, what was the other option besides setting up the scene?
You can decide what the outcome of the scene is.
What the outcome? Okay. So I want.
Remember,
the
we're at
out-
an unmarked nuclear test site, so maybe you can do something stupid there.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of here's basically what I want to happen is we're gonna pull over to the unmarked nuclear test site. We're basically just pulling off the side of the road in the middle of nowhere because Chesterfield needs a break from all the incessant rambling that's going on in the back seat between the two of you.
DC's
So,
better. No, Marvel's better.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull over there, and since it's a what appears to be a deserted area with like this one nondescript building, I'm gonna let you guys sort of get out of the car to play, basically. But the outcome of the scene is going to be you guys will somehow get into the building, and one of you sits on a button, and when you sit on the button, a gigantic missile silo on the ground opens, and a missile starts coming up out of the ground.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just like, yep. Yep. All right. So you're sitting there having like a fucking, I don't know, chain smoking like 5 cigarettes or something like that?
Like I take a little, I have like a little flask in my shirt pocket that I pull out and
So this
take,
is a
like,
bad
8
die,
big
right?
swigs.
This is going to be a bad die?
Well, I thought it was a good die if the outcome occurs that I want to occur.
No, you can choose that the outcome is going to be bad. And the bad
Oh, okay,
the
I
bad
see.
outcome,
Well, yeah, then that would be a bad outcome, yes.
Yeah, so you get a bad die.
Okay.
Sitting pretty with 3 bad die, Brian.
That's how I roll.
That's how you roll? Yeah. This
Just
is
bad.
going to be a very interesting final encounter then. So I guess myself and Hammy and Kraz chase each other into the fucking thing? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're like
Hey, you
running
know,
around.
Mortal enemies, Spider-Man and Batman.
Yeah.
Yep.
In our heads, it looks epic, right? You're swinging from like the rooftops, like jumping over NPC workers and stuff like that. And Batman is like slide kicking and going underneath them, chasing you down as you like run off to like find the device that will help you open the portal at the Sasquatch country or some bullshit like that. I don't know. And but in reality, it's literally that we're both so sticky and gooey and slimy with all the stuff that happened in the sip and gulp that we're just like the NPCs are trying to catch us, but we're just slipping past them. That's what I imagine happening. And now I imagine that Graham Kraz will get to the button and push it, right? So how do you want that part to happen?
Well, it was going to be basically like you guys are fighting back and forth with one another, and one of you, I guess, like you push Kraz backwards, and he ends up like sitting up. There's like this computer console on the side of the wall.
Well, I don't want that to happen. Basically, I'm trying to stop him from launching this thing. Like we're both fully, to give you an idea, we're both fully lucid in our minds. We just cannot articulate that fact.
Okay.
So Graham, how does Kraz get to the button?
Swinging clearly on this spider web.
So you swing in, and maybe like a guy like happens to leave the room that you're trying to get in at the same time that it happens, or whatever.
Yep.
But in reality, what does it look like, since you're not actually swinging?
Well, I'm like swinging on a chain or something, but
You're actually swinging on a chain?
yeah, of course.
Okay, alright. You're swinging on a chain. And, oiled up Batman down below is just slipping around everywhere. So, yeah, you go in there. What does the console look like? How do you know what to push?
It's a big gray console with a single red button on it. It's enormous.
That's exactly what I had in my mind. The little sign that says,
says,
"Do not push."
Don't press.
Yeah.
And what does Kraz say before he pushes the button?
Better press that.
No, really? That's what he says? He's just like, yep. Dropping all the characters, just dropping it. So do you have a Dante line? Like, what?
He's like, "Nobody tells me what to do," and pushes the button.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He says... let's see, the thing is, I set my book in the other room and left it there by accident, so...
Yeah. Make up something sounding like that.
I'll say... And so it goes. I'll press it.
On and on, forever and ever.
Yeah. Red lights flash.
Caution. Launch in T-minus 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, and like we just see this back shot of Chesterfield sort of just smoking, just being like, Oh my god, what is going on in my life?
I'm looking
and then you hear this, and you turn around to this bright light, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah. And
I put on my sunglasses.
yeah, you're just like the sunglasses slowly slide down your face and cover up yeah, and then you just get a wash in back blast, I guess, but it's yeah.
A nuclear breeze
No, well, it's not nuclear. It's just like
pushes my hair back.
yeah. A missile is being launched somewhere. You're not sure where.
So
Oh, I
yeah,
guess it
alright,
is
so
nuclear,
I
'cause
well,
it's
so
nuclear.
I guess at that point I was like, as I see the missile take off, I kind of look at my watch and be like, well, I guess it's time to round the children back up, and I start heading towards the building to
Like
pull you guys back to the
you don't
car.
give a fuck about this nuclear missile being launched.
Yeah.
It's like, welp.
Like it's almost par for the course at this point.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know. I guess I chase you out, Graham. How
Yep.
do we get out there?
I imagine maybe you hog tie me.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm Batman, and I throw you in the back of the car. And then I get in, and I just look at you, just waiting.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Alfred,
all right, remember,
me outta
Batman
here.
always sits in the back seat and remembers to wear his seatbelt, and I kind of put you in the back.
Yep, with my blankie. Yeah. All right. Graham, Brian, you got a black die for that. Oh, we lost Brian. That is not good. Oh no, Brian's back, kind of.
I'm back.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Well, Graham, you're up. You have an opportunity to take the last black die if you want, or you can have 2 of the good dies. What do you want to do?
Might as well just get the black one. Might as well just keep it going.
All right, so you're in the desert.
I die. No.
Alright, littered with graffiti, trash, and old underwear.
Finally, it's where we need to be.
Yeah.
I want to have a conversation with an NPC
Yep.
in the middle of nowhere.
Sure. What's this?
In my
conversation
head.
about? In your
It's in my head. It's in my head.
I like it. All right. What do you want the outcome of the conversation to be, or what do you want the? Yeah. What do you want the outcome to be?
He tells me I'm doomed and I'll never make it to the Sasquatch country.
All right. So that's a bad die then. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Brian, you get to be the other voice in the head.
Yay.
All right. Take it away, guys.
So the point is like I'm you're God,
Okay.
and I'm there, and it's a stark white room, and I'm
Okay.
naked.
All right.
Are you still covered in filth?
Just the way God made you, actually.
Yeah, and I say I'll never get to the beloved again. Am I not on the right course? Will I ever make it?
I'll say, my son, you are on the right course. You're following the correct direction, but you will never make it.
No, no. What does that mean?
You
not
must kill the
despair.
Batman.
Yeah.
I must kill the Batman. I can do that. I'll kill the Batman. All right, look at-
Oh, God.
Oh man, this fucking game right now. All right, so Graham, you got yourself a bad die. Your current
Yeah, man.
total is and final total is 3 good and 2 good and 3 bad. So I can only have a good thing happen to me now. We are currently at the creepy truck stop covered in perpetual grease. I say that what happens to me is we're gonna make this even more weird. I'm gonna say that in my state, I managed to convince a truck driver to hand me a handgun, and I get that handgun. So, Graham, do you want to be the truck driver?
Sure.
All right. Fellow man, I request assistance.
Well, you came to the right place.
I need to kill a culprit. Someone
There you
who
go.
wishes to...
There's a handgun for you.
That was easy.
It's like, it's all right. I trust you. You're Batman.
It's definitely...
I got plenty, and you see the whole establishment is made out of handguns, actually. So
Oh my god. I'd imagine it would be more like, it's definitely not a weapon I use to murder my wife.
Yeah, no. Well,
This one
Back to
comes with
work.
a serial number scratched off already.
Why does it only have 4 bullets left in the in the magazine?
sorry, you need some more? There you go. I give him a basket full of bullets.
Damn, Graham. Way to just...
The gun
Way
is
to
from
ruin the
his
scene, Graham.
the gun is from his gently used selection.
Gently used. Oh, God. I know exactly what you're talking about, by the way.
There you go.
All right, Brian. You get to have a wild card, so you can have either a bad die or a good die.
Well, considering I don't have any good die,
So here's what I suggest we happen, right? I suggest that you don't get to choose the outcome of the scene,
Sure.
and we can choose whether or not you have a good die or a bad die.
All right.
So what do you want this final scene to be at the 4 lanes become 2 for no apparent reason? I assume we're going to be surrounded by traffic. With,
Yeah.
With
so-
with a very quiet Batman and a sort of a very saddened Spider-Man in the back.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll set up the scene then. Basically, a lot of traffic, and I'm starting to see a lot of brake lights ahead of us, but I don't know why. As we get closer, it appears that there's some construction going on, and we're going from a 4-lane road to a 2-lane road. And right about the time where I need to make critical driving decisions, Dave / Hamilton / Hammy / Batman will pull out his gun and start wildly waving it around, forcing me to deal not only with horrible traffic, but also with a maniac waving a gun around in the backseat of the car.
All right, I like this. So take it away then.
All right.
I'm Batman!
They're like, oh my God, where did you get that gun? Hamilton, you need to calm down. Come
No!
back to reality.
Graham, you can choose whether or not you get shot, I suppose. A bad die means you get shot, and a good die means Hamilton stops the shot from okay, you get shot. Straight up, boom.
So the gun goes off, and when the gun goes off, I sort of jerk the wheel to the side, end up side swiping a minivan, and like on the back of the minivan, it's like painted in that car soap painting, like, you know, cheerleading finals 1996. Good luck, girls. And it's like this soccer mom driving a bunch of like
Teenage girls.
elementary age school children that are cheerleaders going to their first competition.
And you
So I
rammed them off
sideswipe
the
that
bridge.
van and end up skidding off of the road, and the gas pedal has become stuck. So now we're just sort of like barreling straight through like a sort of desert type area, off road, just barreling forward until the car runs out of gas.
All right. And the result of this is that dear Kraz has taken a bullet. Where were you shot?
Yeah,
Kraz?
where was he shot?
The ear. I don't know. Whatever.
I shot your ear off.
Fucking
hair.
ear.
God damn it! You shot my fucking ear off. But the pain is so immense, Graham. What does Kraz do with the pain?
Dies. No.
He dies. He becomes lucid again.
Snaps out of it.
Yeah, he snaps out of it.
No, I say, I don't know. I assume he tries to kill Brian.
Kill the Batman? Yeah.
What, kill me?
He's got to. Kill the
Brian?
Batman, not Brian.
Hamilton.
Oh, I was like, I didn't
Hammy,
shoot you.
A.K.A. Batman, A.K.A. Hamilton.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So, the final scene is going to be played out in the aftermath table. So the way that this works is we're going to start with... we'll start with Graham, because he's the one that's got the affirmative action right now, I guess. Graham, roll me 2d6. This is for your white die. Alright, you got a 6. Now roll me 3d6. This is for your black die. Alright, so 10.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Pretty good. All things considered, you come out of this smelling like a rose. You're a little better off. Maybe you got the girl, or maybe you didn't get caught. So, what do you want to happen with that sort of outcome? And keep in mind that, you know, yeah. I guess keep in mind.
I find a lovely squatch to.
So okay, let's take it in order here. So you're in the car still, and the car halts, like basically T-boned into a. No, you said we keep going till we run out of gas, right?
Right, yeah. We just sort of started driving off-road.
Okay. So yeah, maybe you've lost control of the car or something like that, and we keep going till the car stops, and I guess Kraz gets out.
Oh yeah, run out.
Run out.
Out the window.
Yep.
Crash out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets flung out of the window because he's not wearing a seatbelt. Obviously, he never wore a seatbelt the entire time.
Out of the windshield, backflip.
Yep. You land like nothing happened.
I land amidst the wildflowers.
Smell like lavender, and you forget your troubles for a while.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Done.
then is that
Nailed
all that
it.
happens to you? You just lay
Yep.
there. Maybe you make it to the spot that you need to make it to. Is this where
That's where it is.
the lavender? You needed to smell lavender
Yep.
to clear your mind.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Brian,
Mm-hmm.
roll me 4d6 for your black die.
I can do that. 16.
Oh dang, that's all right. Black die equals awesome, insanely great. You will emerge not only unscathed, but if there's a girl involved, she's dropping her drawers. You might even get rich off this caper. Who knows? Time for a new ride.
Well, it's definitely time for a new ride because the Range Rover's fucked. So I kind of, the car sort of coasts to a stop. Kraz has vaulted through.
It hit a tree.
Oh, it hit a tree. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I sort of, I see over my right shoulder Kraz go flying through the windshield, yet miraculously doing some sort of flip motion in the air and landing on his feet. And the first thought in my head was, maybe he isn't all that crazy after all. I pop open the car door and start walking towards Chaz. And as I start walking towards him, off in the distance, I hear like a. I was like, oh my god. I look at Chaz and God, I keep calling him Chaz. I look at Kraz and I look him in the eyes and I said, well, it looks like we did it. We finally made it to Sasquatch country.
Thank you, Hamilton.
You take out your iPhone, get a few videos of the Sasquatch, make a bit of money. Yeah.
I take off my tinfoil hat and I can. It's peaceful here or something.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
and I say now that Kraz is all calmed down, unbeknownst to both Hamilton and Kraz, I held back one horse tranquilizer and I stab him in the neck again and say shh and lay him down to sleep again.
Okay.
Yes, we made it. We made it. My
Here we go.
like
I'm hoping
comb
for
his
a
hair
very
down.
low roll. I'm hoping that my roll is atrocious. Okay.
Is that not atrocious?
Pathetic. Oh, wait, no. Weak. Hey, you're busted, beat, and broke down. But at least you learned a lesson about human greed and frailty, right? It'll serve you well in prison, which is where you're probably headed. Alright, so here's what happens. After all this is done and dusted, we've reached the destination, and, both myself and Kraz have lost whatever it is that was making us crazy. I go back to my job as a nurse, and in comes in two gentlemen in black suits with sunglasses on and earpieces with cables going down to their pockets, and they're like, "Are you Hamilton Ryback?" And I'm like, "Yes, that is I, Hamilton Ryback, nurse extraordinaire." And they show me, they flop down a folder, and out slides photographs of me stealing just like copious amounts of horse tranquilizer. And I look up at them and I'm just like, oh, golly. And that's where we cut the final scene. Well,
See, the horse tranquilizers was good. I thought you were going to say, and they put down pictures of destruction from a nuclear blast. This is your fault.
That no one knows what happened there. No one knows what happened there. No. Yeah. And then like something clicks in my hand, like, no, I'm the Batman, and then I kill him. No, I don't. So guys, that is Fiasco. That was a very interesting game. I can't say I'm too happy with the outcome of that. Like,
yeah.
I keep thinking back to Boomtown. We played a game, we recorded it. It's Boomtown. It's up on the YouTube channel. You can go check it out if you want. That ended up being probably the most single-handedly the best fucking session of Fiasco ever created ever, because it had everything. It had romance, it had explosions, it had gunfights, it had gold. It was great. It was exactly what I imagined a Fiasco game to be. And ever since then, we've never really come close to where that needs to be, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, I think we were limited to. I mean, our initial dice roll in setup was quite limiting as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also think Fiasco works best when there's like more than 3 people.
Yeah, I think you need at least 4.
At least 4. At least 5 is for me is the sweet spot, because then you can have sort of people having their own side squabbles somewhere else.
Sure.
Also, I don't think this particular set was that great. Our options were very limited.
Yeah, I didn't like this set or the choices, really.
No, I didn't like it either. And the fact that also the idea of having like locations not be a thing is kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's strange.
Like for example, I'm glad that the weird shit was happening at the end. Like the start of it was just like whatever,
Yeah.
Poorly marked hiking trail, middle of nowhere, toll booth, whatever. But a lot of those things, a lot of those locations had literally nothing to do with us. Like for example, we drove past the canyon in the desert. We didn't really spend much time. I think the most important ones were the Sip and Gulp, the unmarked nuclear test site, and the 4 lanes. I think everything else didn't really matter too much. Maybe the truck stop as well, where
I just didn't feel like the story and the set really went together.
No.
Right.
Not at all. Like I think the needs in this one probably are bad.
Yeah. None of the needs really.
Like for example,
was like, why the fuck am I going on a road trip for that reason?
Like, okay, yeah, to get rid of the radio waves that follow you everywhere and can be jammed with a tinfoil hat, that doesn't really fit.
It didn't give us anything really.
No, it didn't, and we sort of struggled.
I thought it would, but no.
It just made it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like this being like a way to get away from like a crime you did. That would have been cool. Like if we had some 5s, I think it might have been a little different.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of the 5 choices seem really actually good.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
But shit, we didn't have any. I don't think.
I think the best Fiasco games are the ones where there is no bad choices. There's only choices
Right.
that create and inspire things inside the players. And this particular session didn't really have that. I would love to do like the bank heist one, and I'd love to do probably the science comics one, like because that seems a
That
little
one
more.
sounded really good to me.
Yeah, that one seems a little more freeing, and so does Camp Death. Like Roadtrip is very sort of like you're in a car, you're going to all these locations,
It's
you have a
quite
destination
linear.
in mind. It's a
Yeah.
very focused game compared to the last one, and the
Yeah.
ice it had way too much romance options. Like if you were friends, one of the things that you choose from was a fuck buddy and like co-workers having sex with each other. It was super weird. Like I don't understand why it was so focused on romance, but
I mean, shit, Fuck Buddy was in this one too. Apparently, Fuck Buddy is a popular choice.
I think it's just because it makes it awkward for people playing the game. That's why I think it's always a choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. You know, like Boomtown. If you want to go see how a really good Fiasco session ends up, Boomtown was fucking amazing. Like it really was. Graham, did you play in that one? I can't remember if you did or not.
No.
No. But that one was really good.
Yep, must be me.
But I mean, this being this is literally the first time I've ever played Fiasco, and even though this playset I don't think it was all of that great, I'm not left with a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay. Would you play it
You
again?
know what I mean? Oh yeah. I would definitely play it again. I think it's a really interesting idea. I do actually like the randomness of it, which is what sort of drew me to want to play it in the first place. It sort of reminds me, and this might sound bad, but it's not meant to. It almost sort of reminds me of like you're in drama class in high school, and the drama teacher gives you a scenario to improvise. It almost seems like that sort of exercise, except it's obviously a lot more sprawling, than like a 5-minute improv conversation. So I like the idea of it's basically it's a great. I think it would be a really great introduction to someone that has never played either a story-driven or RPG type game to say, oh well, let's try this, because they don't have to worry about combat modifiers and all the other shit that goes along with playing a tabletop RPG. They just need to focus on telling the story. And you do get to guide it a little bit, by looking at the dice roll and the setup.
Yeah, the thing that the last two sessions of Fiasco that hasn't really hit down really well is we haven't really had exceptionally greedy characters. And I think that's kind of the problem. I think Fiasco works really well when one or two of the characters in the game are just like, yo, I want this, and I want it super bad. Like,
right.
There's a lot of the times we spend a lot more setting up like the story, the stuff between characters, Like,
Sure.
I think in the future we should look at maybe picking rules that greed is a factor, because I feel like greed is sort of the one of the most it's sort of like the easiest thing to get into, and yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it. Like,
and I guess and I didn't. I mean, I just saw the PDF for the actual rules of Fiasco for the first time, like 4 hours ago. So I don't really understand necessarily the whole mechanic of good dice versus bad dice.
so at the
because
end of the game, you literally
but-
just roll out what you get. And,
well, right, but like I mean, I had 4 bad dice, but my outcome was good.
Yeah. Mostly
like
because
that was-
it's kind of like, the best way to describe this to people when they ask is, have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a guy in there that all the bad shit in the world happens to him, but at the end he walks away with the money and he's sitting on the fucking beach drinking the drink.
Milton.
Yeah.
He said salt.
That's
no.
basically getting all the bad die and then rolling really high on the bad die is like playing Milton.
Ah, gotcha.
So that's basically how I look at it, because, even though all the bad shit in the world happened to him, at the end he walked away with everything.
So if you roll really low on good die, does that mean that
Yeah, you
you have
get
a
fucked.
bad
Yeah,
outcome?
you absolutely
Okay.
get fucked.
All right.
Like mine was a 6, and mine was like in the middle. If I got one lower, I would have been basically like responsible for the nuclear explosion. Like
So
that's how bad
basically
that
then
shit gets. So
the only difference really between good die and bad die is
the outcome of the
how
actual
you roll.
scenes. So it's just the outcome of the scenes. So
Okay.
for example, if you get one good die and 3 bad die, but you roll 3 ones on the bad die and get a 4 on the good die, then you count for the good die to be your highest.
Okay, so if you have, because I only had bad die, so
Yeah.
like for example, Graham had both, so he took the highest roll between the bad die and the
Yeah,
good die.
so he could have got
Okay.
under a 6, right? And then his result would have been 6 white.
Awful, yeah.
Yeah, which is the same as mine. So
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it, everyone. Thank you very much for hanging out with us and watching. Graham, did you want to tell people about your blog?
GrahamComplete.com. It's a blog. I write it. If you like me, you'll like that.
So what do you normally write about? Like, what are your topics? Like, what are you doing these days?
Well, I just posted the last post was about an art project that I finished and a kind of video that I did for just a board game called Abalone. And I intersperse things about positivity and optimism and individuality and learning and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and that's grahamcomplete.com.
It's a really good blog.
Yeah, go there, check it out.
Graham is underselling it.
Yeah. If you enjoyed what you saw here tonight, you should definitely consider giving the Twitch channel a follow, heading over to the YouTube channel and subscribing, which is where you can find all the archived content for every single Die Party game. And if you head on over to iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, you can find the brand new podcast that we started at the beginning of Die Party 3.0, which is got kicked off with the season 3 of Altuve Demetrion, which is Graham's game that he GMs. And if you really want to help us out, head on over to iTunes and write a review for us there. It's super easy to do, and it will help more people find the game. So that's what we're after mostly. All right, guys. Brian, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had
It was
a lot
good.
of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will probably, if we have to take another hiatus session, I think we have to do that next Saturday as well.
Yeah, 4th of July.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to be around for that. We could potentially look at another system that we can play in the meantime. But starting on the 11th, we will be, I believe that'll be the first Die Party game day for Die Party 3.0 with the launch of the new game. Well, that is set in the World of Darkness book that my friend Wreckage will be running, and yeah, that's all coming together pretty soon. So hold on to your butts for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Stick around because later I will be picking up from where I left off with my Metal Gear Solid playthrough. It's called Henley Gear Solid. It's really dumb. It's a Metal Gear Solid marathon for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and potentially 5 as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We out of here. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye. Say goodbye, Graham.
Never.